Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Source 16 News at 10. Thanks for joining us. Well, just days after the Department of Defense released the names of 6 fallen 101st Airborne Division soldiers, another Fort Campbell soldier has been killed in Afghanistan. 19-year-old Private First Class Anthony Nunn of Burnett, Texas, died Monday from an improvised explosive device while on dismounted patrol in the Paktika province of Afghanistan. He was an infantryman assigned to Alpha Company, 2nd Battalion, 506th Infantry Regiment, 4th Brigade Combat Team. Nunn joined the Army in June 2010 and arrived at the local Army post in October 2010. Well, the city of Madisonville and Hopkins County residents are mourning the death of one of their own after news that former state representative Eddie Ballard had passed away today. 81-year-old Ballard of Madisonville represented Hopkins County as a state representative beginning in 1987 and served in the chamber until 2010. In addition, he was involved in numerous community projects as well as his involvement in having state-run veterans nursing homes built, one of which was named in his honor. Governor Steve Beshear issued the following statement today regarding Ballard's passing. Representative Eddie Ballard was a stalwart legislator and a leader in his community of Madisonville and Hopkins County, and it was a privilege to call him my friend. He was an outstanding legislator who worked across party lines for our benefit of our great Commonwealth, and he was a fierce advocate for our veterans. Because of his long history of service in Kentucky's House of Representatives, the governor has directed state flags to be lowered on the day of his interment. The governor says our state is a better place because of Ballard's work on behalf of all Kentuckians. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and friends of former state representative Eddie Ballard. Clarksville police are investigating a fatal accident that occurred Monday afternoon on Tiny Town Road near Terra Boulevard. Around 2 o'clock, police say 36-year-old Lewis Hudson of Kodak, Tennessee, was killed when his pickup swerved into the westbound lane of Tiny Town Road and crashed head-on into a Ford Explorer driven by 31-year-old Star Young of Clarksville. Police report Young had to be extricated from her vehicle and was flown from Outlaw Field in Clarksville to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville for treatment of multiple leg fractures. According to Public Information Officer Jim Knoll, Young is currently listed in stable condition. Meanwhile, it was a safe Memorial Day holiday weekend on Western Kentucky roads, with state police reporting no fatalities in our viewing area. However, preliminary statistics indicate that 2 people were killed in 2 separate crashes in Pike and Jefferson counties during the official Memorial Day holiday period, which began 6 o'clock Friday evening and ended at midnight Monday night. Through Monday, Memorial Day, preliminary statistics indicate that 237 people have lost their lives on Kentucky roadways this year, which is 26 less than reported for this same time period last year. The Hopkinsville Police Department, in conjunction with Kentucky State Police, conducted several DUI checkpoints over the Memorial Day weekend. According to Hopkinsville Police, 1,105 vehicles were checked and there were 9 DUI arrests, 11 criminal charges, and 57 other violations. According to police, officers will continue to have DUI checkpoints to remove impaired drivers from the road before they seriously injure or kill innocent people. Motorists who travel on Kentucky 189 North Greenville Road in northern Christian County need to be aware the road will be closed tomorrow. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd reports the closure on North Greenville Road is near the 10-mile marker in the Haley's Mill area, about 6 miles south of the Christian-Muhlenberg County line. Crews are expected to close the road around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to allow the replacement of a cross drain. The road is expected to reopen to traffic around 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Todd says no marked detour will be provided and motorists should choose a detour via Kentucky 107 between Greenville and Hopkinsville or Kentucky 800 and Kentucky 1914. The city of Mayfield has planted a memorial tree in honor of a retired police officer. Members of the Mayfield Police Department joined Mayor Teresa Cantrell and the Mayfield Public Works Department in the Highland Park Cemetery for a tree dedication for retired police officer Bishop Warren. According to the mayor, Captain Warren, who passed away last year, served the citizens of Mayfield from 1973 to 1995 in the Mayfield Police Department. Several family members also gathered for the dedication ceremony, including Bishop's son and 2 grandchildren. The memorial cherry tree is planted along South 9th Street at the west entrance to the cemetery's boulevard. A plant in Christian County recently received an award from Cummins Incorporated. According to a news release, the Hopkinsville T-Rad North America plant was the recipient of the Cost Award. T-Rad President Kazumi Ueno and General Manager Rhonda Davis were presented the Cost Award at the Cummins Growth and Capacity Supplier Conference held in Indianapolis, Indiana. According to Cummins officials, the award is presented to a supplier that provides the great overall cost savings for the year. Well, 2 Iraqi nationals who reportedly carried out numerous improvised explosive device attacks against U.S. troops and possibly soldiers from the 101st Airborne Division were arrested and indicted on federal terrorism charges in Bowling Green. 30-year-old Walt Awan and 23-year-old Mohamed Hamadi were both charged in a 23-count indictment by the federal grand jury in Bowling Green last week. According to Acting Assistant Attorney General for National Security Todd Hennon, quote, over the course of 8 years, the suspects are accused of supporting efforts to kill U.S. troops overseas by constructing and placing improvised explosive devices in Iraq and by sending money and weapons from the United States to insurgents in Iraq. If convicted of all the charges, the Iraqi nationals face life in prison. Christian County Sheriff's deputies say a Kubota tractor worth thousands of dollars was stolen from a Katie's Road business Saturday night. According to deputies, around 8 o'clock, unknown suspects broke into a maintenance shop at Green Hill Memorial Gardens, located at 5325 Katie's Road, and stole the tractor worth $25,000. An employee told deputies when he arrived at work he also noticed the maintenance shop door was damaged and a Kubota zero-turn mower was outside the gate. Christian County Sheriff's Office is urging anyone with information about this theft to contact 270-887-4143. The Christian County Sheriff's Office reports a deer caused a rear-end collision Monday on Caledonia PD Road. According to Sheriff's deputies, 18-year-old Rebecca Carter of Hopkinsville was driving north in her Jeep when she slowed down to avoid hitting a deer, and her vehicle was rear-ended by a truck driven by 19-year-old Jordan Stroll of Butler Road, Hopkinsville. Carter and one of her passengers, 19-year-old Christopher Armstrong of Velma Drive, Hopkinsville, were transported by ambulance to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment. Stroll and his passengers were not injured in the accident, but Stroll was cited for failing to yield the right-of-way and following too close. A Hopkinsville woman was injured when police say she stopped to offer help at an accident scene on the Pennyroyal Parkway near the Fort Campbell Boulevard exit this morning. According to Kentucky State Police, 27-year-old Celia Williams had stopped and pulled her vehicle into the median between the 9 and 10-mile marker to assist another non-injury crash. Police say Williams' pickup truck was then hit by a Dodge Ram driven by 19-year-old Taylor Graham of Crossville, Tennessee, who had swerved off the road into the median to avoid a collision. Williams was transported by private vehicle to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment. There were no other injuries reported. Well, leukemia is a type of cancer that comes in many forms. Some types develop slowly while others hit fast, causing sudden symptoms. Treatment for leukemia continues to improve as researchers learn more about the disease process. Here's Vivian Williams with one woman's story of her journey with a type of leukemia called myelofibrosis.
You will have at the most 8 to 10 years.
Those are words that Patricia Wagner says were not easy to hear. But she says they didn't surprise her. She had suffered debilitating symptoms for so long.
My career was over, and I really couldn't even cook and clean anymore.
Pat has a type of chronic leukemia called myelofibrosis, and for many months her disease slowly grew worse because it was not responding to traditional medications.
The fatigue level was increasing tremendously. It was just head to toe pain, even to lay down in bed.
Determined to fight it, Patricia went to Mayo Clinic where she saw hematologist Dr. Ruben Mesa.
Chronic leukemias in general in 2011 are illnesses that are difficult for us to cure.
But Dr. Mesa says there are new medications currently in clinical trials that may improve the lives of people with these chronic diseases. You see, myelofibrosis is a type of chronic leukemia that disrupts the production of blood cells in the bone marrow. In normal cells, there's a protein called JAK2 and other related proteins that act like on-off switches. They tell cells when to divide and grow. In patients with myelofibrosis, the switch is permanently turned on and cells divide and grow too quickly. This causes scarring, an overabundance of white blood cells, and too few red blood cells. The new medications work by turning off that switch, slowing the overgrowth of cells.
There is tremendous energy and enthusiasm for finding out the genetic changes which are causing these illnesses and developing very specific drugs to try to improve the illnesses. We're hopeful that these therapies will not only help people live longer, but hopefully better by helping to alleviate the suffering that comes with the illnesses.
After Dr. Mesa helped Patricia get on the right medications to better control her disease, her symptoms have decreased significantly. Plus, she's added things like meditation and visualization to her daily routine.
Then I started adding visualization of a well Pat Wagner.
And you know what? She is well and living life to the fullest. For Medical Edge, I'm Vivian Williams.
For more information, you can visit mayoclinic.org.